To many reports, the former well known as Prince Harry truly believes that Meghan Markle shares a lot of qualities of his late mother, the beautiful Princess Diana. And of course, many might suggest that that could be the case. After all, he seems completely besotted with her, refers to her in every single speech that he does, and can't wait to gush at any particular occasion. But of course, there were a lot of problems in the early part of their courtship and marriage, seemingly because she felt very suicidal, and I wouldn't wish that on anyone, and also very depressed, being enslaved and trapped inside that mansion in Windsor, where she couldn't go out for months on end, where she was everywhere and nowhere. Remember that. But of course, as we've told you before, the biggest problem for Meghan Markle and her branding image is the one of empathy, kindness, and inclusivity. It seems that she is the biggest person to disinclude anybody who crosses her. We're talking, of course, about her father, Thomas Markle. What I thought was interesting about this particular comeback from His Majesty the King was simply this. As you know, Prince Harry wanted a very public, personal apology to the way that he, and more importantly, his wife, the cable TV actress Meghan, had been treated in their short tenure inside the British monarchy. And of course, it proved very difficult because they weren't willing to budge. In fact, as you know, His Majesty the King and senior members of the British monarchy have yet to spend any meaningful time with their two children, even though very kindly, His Majesty the King has given titles to Prince Archie and Princess Lily. So you can understand that he might feel he could be owed something of a personal thanks in return, but seemingly not. What's fascinating now is simply this. You see, the King feels, as he's pointed out to Prince Harry, and we're not quite sure whether this was via a phone call or indeed a secondary message. The way, as I have to point out, that Prince Harry now can get in touch with his father, and anybody who, there's a lot of questions about this. His Majesty the King does not carry a mobile phone. I'm not even sure if he knows how to use one. Why would you? You are the king. You simply don't need to learn these things. I'd be the same myself, if I'm honest. And of course, you could get through him to him via his private equity, of course, Major Johnny Thompson. He is the King's right-hand man right now, along with other private secretaries. So that's how you would make contact. Simply not by picking up the phone and saying, can I speak to Charles? It wouldn't work like that. But you see, His Majesty the King, and this is a follow-on from what I told you before, has basically let it be known to his youngest son, Prince Harry, that he feels Meghan Markle would feel healed, moving forward, if at least she was able publicly to make amends with her father. He truly believes that this is the way forward to secure and, of course, give Meghan some inner peace. Clever, eh? And you see, the problem is, for whatever reason, Meghan is not willing to bend an inch on reconnecting with her father, Thomas Markle. She claims it's all about the things that he did with the media. And of course, we have to say allegedly, the story or the letter that was leaked to the tabloid over here, even though she knew that that particular letter could be leaked. But you see, this puts Prince Harry in a very indelicate position because he has no power, clearly, over his wife. He's yet to meet Thomas Markle on a one-to-one basis. And as I pointed out before, His Majesty the King feels that this would be the start to all the family reconciling in some shape or another. The sticking block, as ever, remains Meghan Markle. And even, I've been told, when His Majesty the King, in the very short period that he knew Meghan Markle and he inquired about her father, even during the terrible illness around the royal wedding, she simply shut him down. It was a waft of hands and no conversation. Now, that really did make him wonder exactly whether there was something deeper or indeed what was the true cause of Meghan's pain. The King believes, and I have this on good authority, that she can only start to heal this by reconnecting, whether this is through Prince Harry or indeed as a twosome. But either way, he's not moving until that happens. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.